Hey, this is Cooper Cameron. I play football for Webb, and you're listening to the No Playbook podcast.
Hey, this is McKalie Ball. I play soccer for Webb and FC Alliance, and you're listening to the No Playbook podcast.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for checking out the show. It's the podcast where we talk with the outstanding athletes, coaches, and experts that help to make sports and fitness such an important part of life here in the Southeast. If it's your first time checking out the show, I want to let you know some of my recent episodes include VFL John Fulkerson. Great episode. He's talking about his life currently playing pro ball overseas in Belgium. Current Lady Vols standout basketball player Tess Darby, Tony Vitello. Now Arizona Cardinals starting quarterback Joshua Dobbs. A lot of great episodes. And of course, I always like to highlight outstanding high school athletes from this area. And that's exactly what I'm doing today. I've got two stellar athletes from Webb School here in Knoxville. First up, Cooper Cameron. He's a football player that has already committed to play ball at Cornell. So I think it's my first ever Ivy Leaguer on this podcast. I've also got McKalie Ball on the podcast today. McKalie is a soccer player from Webb, and she also plays ECNL soccer with FC Alliance. And she's not yet eligible to receive those college offers, but she's expected to get a lot of them as soon as she is eligible this upcoming summer. So it was really interesting to hear from McKalie just how she's preparing for the new world of college recruiting, even before she's officially eligible. Two great chats. I'll get to Cooper Cameron right after this. Sit tight.
Recruit Me puts the recruiting process in your hands. Most student athletes wait for college coaches to discover them, but coaches are busy and don't always have the time to find them. Recruit Me allows you to build an online profile to share directly with college coaches and is designed to help you enter all of the information coaches want to see. Your stats, your highlight videos, your academic information, your social links, and more. Plus, our team is here to make sure that your profile stands out with personalized suggestions. With over 25,000 coaches in our database, our premium plan gives you access to D1, D2, D3, and NAIA coaches across the country, and more importantly, gives them access to you. Enter your schedule of games and tournaments to let coaches know when and where you're playing so they can come out and watch you shine. Then communicate with interested coaches via our chat feature. When it comes to recruiting, don't make coaches research you. Do the work for them. Get started today at the Recruit Me app, on the web, and in the app stores.
At D1 Training, what we do is in our name. Our D1 athletes become D1 athletes. Whether it's Los Angeles Angels pitcher Ben Joyce, high school soccer national MVP Brinley Murphy, or first-round NFL draft pick Cole Strange, we help all athletes reach their full potential. Five-star training system comes straight from D1 strength and conditioning programs, and D1 has trained over 2,000 professional athletes. Many of them started as young as 7 years old. Check out D1Training.com to learn more about their facilities in Hardin Valley and Sevierville, and coming very soon to Maryville and the Tri-Cities.
How are things? You got me on your end?
Yes, sir, I do.
How are things?
It's good. Just got done with practice and just chilling. Got some homework tonight, but yeah, ready.
Yeah. What was practice like today?
It's Monday. We do film. Well, we will do like a senior meeting first, see if there's anything like that needs to get brought up or anything. Usually we just decide what jerseys we're wearing. Then we do film, go through that. And we do like a reward system with like candy and stuff for like big plays and stuff during the game, like MVPs. And then we'll lift, and we'll have like a light practice for kind of just get through like scheme for what's going to happen this week.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I appreciate you joining me. First and foremost, of all of your accomplishments so far, I think that's a phenomenal mustache.
I appreciate it. Yeah, it was kind of an experiment. This whole camp season, my dad was like, coaches aren't going to want you with all that facial hair, and I was like, I don't know, but I'll listen. As soon as camp season was over, I'd let that thing grow out. So I appreciate it.
I think the stash is coming back, right? Like my dad had it, and in the 70s, it was really a thing, and it wasn't really that popular for the longest time, and now I'm seeing him on so many folks.
I think it's back. I hope it's back. So
yeah,
I'm trying to help that.
You see, the only time I've ever got a mustache was, ironically, a bunch of dudes we wore it to a wedding, If we're being honest, just to tick off the bride. I think it worked too.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much the ladies like it, but I like it. So
There you go. So, how's the season going at Webb?
I mean, we're 7-0. The only thing better than 7-0 is being 8-0. So that's just kind of it's kind of I think the team's in a great place right now. I think Coach Mo's really he's just instilled everything that needs to be in a football team, just relentless effort, all that stuff. He's really got that going, and we're just. I think a big thing is teams like at this point in the season, especially for a team that's 7-0, they start looking at state championships and stuff, and what we're going to be doing 3 weeks from now, and that's not really what we're taught to do. And that Coach Mo says you can't eat an elephant in one bite sometimes, and I think that's something that sounds funny, but it's true. You need to take everything step by step, and that's where you'll find success lasting.
Yeah, right. And that obviously is your goal, is making it to state. I guess that's a great way of going about it, is one game at a time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Who's the next victim?
We got Grace Christian this Friday. This is our last scheduled home game, so hopefully we'll get some home playoff games. But it's probably our second biggest rival, with CAK being our first. But this is always a shootout, and we're coming into this to win and nothing else.
There you go.
So
now, how about your personal accomplishments so far this season? Are your own goals things that you've been able to accomplish so far?
I really wanted to step up as a leader. Of course I always want to be I never walk on the field and don't think I'm gonna dominate, but that's just kind of the mindset I have going into it. But I really wanted to be a leader, because I think I just, from experience being a freshman with seniors, being a sophomore, junior, just not a senior, I see how important it is to have those guys to look up to. So, I like to give speeches before games. I just like to set example. But that was a big thing, because I've been in leadership positions before, but not like this. So that's something I just really had to hammer down, and be a leader, and also just dominate on the field in terms of actually playing.
Did you have some of those seniors when you were a freshman that really inspired?
I did, and a lot of them. Joey Bonifaci was a guy I played with. He was a linebacker with me alongside. He was great above me, and Stephen Beatty too. They were Charles Robinson. They were just great leaders. They didn't all lead in the same way. And I think that's kind of what we got going to this team. We've got some other guys that are leaders, and we cover different facets of the team, and I think that's those guys showed me what it means to be a leader. So
right. Now, how about on the recruiting trail? You've already committed to Cornell, right?
Yes, sir, I have.
Yeah. I wonder if you, like a lot of America, learned about Cornell from The Office.
I think that was the first time I'd ever heard of Cornell. I really, it was. The Ivy League. Cornell was the first Ivy League school to reach out to me, and once Cornell found out about me, I started talking to most of the Ivies, and I had other schools talking to me, but I really, really was like, I want to go to the Ivy League. That's where it's going to fit for me. So, Cornell's home, and that's
very, very cool. And I'm curious about that with the laser focus towards the Ivy League. I would imagine you've got some pretty lofty, aspirations even off the football field.
Yes, sir. My parents have always held me to high academic standards, so I didn't want that to just stop. And I want to play football for as long as I can, but I know that's not going to last my whole life, and that's kind of like the big sell of the Ivies. It's not the 4-year plan, it's the 40-year plan. So just doing everything I can to set myself up to succeed after football and through football. I think the Ivy Leagues have great football, and it's going to really help my level of play, but also it's going to just set me up for the rest of my life. So
yeah. Well, there's of course Ryan Fitzpatrick, who's been in the league for 49 years.
He was a Harvard guy, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah, but yeah, people like that, football ended up lasting it for him for a while, but if it cut off after college, he would have been still set up for life. So
Yeah. So have you thought about any kind of a professional career involved with sports at all? Or like, would you want to be a coach or a trainer or anything like that?
not really coach or trainer. The dream is play football as long as I can. So if that's professionally, it's professionally, and I'm going to do everything I can to get there. But if it's not, it's not. And I think I like business, personal investment, but also like more not service like the army and stuff, but being a cop or like FBI or DEA. I really like stuff like that. So I'm keeping it open, but
Yeah,
I've got some plans.
that sounds great, man.
Yes, sir.
So, how do you get hyped up before a big football game?
For me, I mean, it's playing linebacker. It's not as much of like it's not as much of a finesse position as maybe quarterback or something. I mean, to play linebacker, you kind of got to get mad. So before the game, I really just got to get in that mindset of it's me versus them, and I'm not losing. So a big thing for me, I have one song I've listened to before every single game, all my high school career. It's Tony's theme from Scarface soundtrack. I love Scarface is it's my favorite movie. I think Tony in that movie is just like a perfect killer mindset, and it's not exactly the whole like Scarface part of that, but that mindset I try to bring on the football field, and I just listen to that, lock in by myself. I do like a pregame speech, but I kind of stay to myself before the game, and I get mad and get riled up, and once I get on the field, I just let it all out. So
Yeah. So when you lay down a big hit, do you ever give them some kind of Tony Montana quote?
no, I haven't.
That's
Not yet.
okay.
That might be something. I mean, say hello to my little friend. That might be something I need to get on the field, but no, I haven't done that yet.
I'll be honest, man. I have always found that movie so depressing.
Depressing.
Well, when the sister at the end of the movie,
I've always thought that was like a weird. Like I would be fine if that part of the movie was cut out, but the whole.
Sure.
Yeah, I agree. That this if the sister character was just cut out of the movie, I wouldn't care that much. But just everything else about that movie, I love. I think I watched that for the first time like eighth grade, maybe. It's just like immediately, it's my favorite movie.
excellent. Right on. I wasn't expecting that. One of the last football guys I talked to, his favorite movie was Rio. So that's
That's
quite different. Who are your sports heroes?
to be honest, sports. I mean, I'm a big sports guy. I mean, there's sports in my family, but it was never like we all sat down and watched NFL on Sundays every weekend. So I didn't have anybody like any sports character or here like people forcing my lives. But Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's definitely my sports hero. I think just his relentlessness and confidence I think that's something every athlete needs. And I box a little bit. I box during the off season, so I'm not quite Mike Tyson, but I just seeing all that work he put in, and like I just love watching the montages of him working out and then him actually in the ring. I think just football, all positions, but especially linebacker. I mean, you got to be a dog, and I think Mike Tyson was a dog, and he focused on his goal and he got it, and I think that's huge.
What else do you do in the off season? Any other physical activity, any training, or other sports?
So I was a big baseball guy for a while. I played that before. I started playing that before I started playing football. But last year I really locked in. I was like, I'm going to play college football, and I'm going to do everything I can to get there. So I quit baseball and I did track, and that really helped a lot. Just speed and explosiveness, and I mean, it's just I just consistency staying in the gym. That's the biggest thing for me is that I figured out is just if I can work harder than I did the day before, then I'm going to be better than I was the day before. So it's just been a lot of that explosive movements. I was kind of pudgy my whole life. And then in seventh grade, I like shot up and got super skinny. So from 7th grade on, it's just been about filling out that super skinny frame. And that's something I feel like I filled out for the most part around junior year, but still working on just getting bigger and more explosive.
That's something at D1 we really work a lot with is in that kind of awkward phase, helping those athletes take it from being uncomfortable and a little, unsure of themselves and their coordination to learning how to use their arms and, just get the best performance that they can. So any other real inspirational figures in your life, even if it's outside of sports?
Say my dad, he's, we're my whole family's close, but my dad especially, I think he's always shown me what it means to be like a great dad, a great husband, a great friend. And I think not even football wise, but I think just as a character, he's really shown me what it means to be a good person. And also be competitive, work hard, have fun doing what you love. And for me, that's football. And he's shown me that through everything he does.
Yeah. I'm curious, you mentioned about your being a leader. I'd like to hear a little more about that. You say you give the speeches. Is there anything else, even on the field, that you tried to do any kind of like in-game coaching with the defensive side of the ball or anything like that?
Not as much coaching. I think our coaching staff is great, and they prepare us. I mean, if there's nothing that we see on the field that we haven't seen in practice, and I think everybody's ready. So for me, being a leader on the field, it's more of just if a guy makes a mistake, keeping him up, because the worst thing you can do is let a play ruin the rest of your game. You can use a play to motivate you the next play, but don't let it like make you think your game's ruined. It's like goldfish memory. They don't remember anything, and neither should you. Just play football, move on. And like last week, I had a play. I was at tight end, and I let up cover, or I let a in through and coverage, and our quarterback threw an interception because of it. And I didn't like it in the moment. I was upset with myself, and I knew I had to make it back up to the team next play. The very next play, we're on defense. I tip a ball up on a linebacker, and we intercept that. So it's just about letting everybody, like for me as a leader on the field, is keeping all the guys in high spirits, chin up, move on.
That's great, man. Who's your favorite linebacker ever? So I was just thinking about you talking about the way that you play. It reminded me of my favorite player, Luke Kuechly, who was just such a great leader on the field, and it's from the linebacker position.
Yeah, Kuechly was great. I played a ton with Kuechly on Madden, but I really haven't watched NFL. I don't watch NFL as much as I do college, but I'd still say Ray Lewis is my favorite linebacker. I just watching his old like highlight tapes, and I've like before 5th grade flag football games to start tackle football games, I'd put on his little highlight tape with the music and watch it, get pumped up. But I think he was he was everything you want to be in a linebacker, a leader, and just a monster on the field. But like Jeremy Banks last year for Tennessee, I'm a huge Tennessee fan. I mean, he was just every play. He was all around the field, and I think just guys like that's what it means to be a linebacker.
I should have guessed that you would have liked Ray Lewis based on your love for Tony Montana and Mike Tyson. Just it's like in the movie The Program. It's an old football movie, but the linebacker is, of course, he's roided out, but he's just insane. And his height thing is he goes in like puts his head through a window or something. And
that's kind of what it takes.
Yes, exactly. You're not Hendon Hooker listening to gospel music beforehand.
No, that's big. I always pray before games, but it's you also got to get mad. So, yep.
How about hobbies? Anything non-sport related?
I love to hunt. My dad and his dad, they've always hunted. We do a bird hunting trip to Argentina every year and smoke them over there. So I love to hunt. I love. We have a family movie night every Wednesday. That I love movies. And I love spending time with my family, and also just hanging out with friends. I play a good bit of chess too. I just try to do different things. I don't want to be in the same routine every day. So I try to just, I'm not looking up something to do every day, but I just try to experience new things.
Mm-hmm.
So
how's the hunting in Argentina different than it is in East Tennessee?
I mean, it's apples to race
Yeah.
cars. It's not even a comparison. I mean, I hunt over here a ton, but we eat dove, duck, pigeon, and perdiz hunt over there. And dove season over here, I don't know exactly what the limit is, but it's not a lot. And in Argentina, there's not really a limit. So like one afternoon last trip, this summer, in 3 hour period, I shot 463 doves. So
Oh,
yeah, I mean, it's everywhere. I mean, you if you get in the right spot, you can close your eyes and just throw it up in the air and you might hit one. So
wow.
yes, sir.
So, Hooper, there's a couple questions I ask a lot of folks. Number one is, what is your favorite weight room exercise?
Definitely squat. Like I said earlier, I kind of seventh grade, I kind of shot up and got real skinny, but that was mainly upper body. I've always had big legs and really embraced that. And I just, I like getting under the bar, and you either get up or you don't. So I think I really like squat.
We're doing Squat-tober right now, and
Yes,
it's
sir.
I mean, today we're recording this October the 1st, and it was it's gonna be a long month for me.
It is. We squatted today too at football, and it's not the most fun workout in the moment, but it's a grind, and I like it. So
It's the jelly legs that I have the problem with too. Because if another muscle group is sore, you can get around it. But you got jelly legs, and like stairs are difficult.
I've had to get my mom to come pick me up from the gym because I couldn't feel my legs and I couldn't drive home. So
Oh,
I get what you're
wow.
saying about the whole jelly leg thing.
Yeah, you just need to grab a Theragun and like massage that muscle out.
Crawl
We
home.
do that. Yeah, there you go. Um, so one last question I ask everyone on the show this. Share with me one unforgettable sports memory for you, either as a player or it can even be as a spectator.
As a player, for me, it was definitely sophomore year. Our big rival, they were like 20 feet down the road to CAK. Our sophomore year, I was starting to really, step into my role as linebacker. I'd started freshman year, but it's sophomore year, I really started to take off. And versus our rival, we were down like 6 maybe in the fourth quarter, and we had like 2 minutes left, and they were not just running the ball. For some reason, they passed it. And I got like a 40-yard pick six that won the game, and we won and beat our rival, and that really kind of put me on the scene. So that was I mean, I love winning. I hate losing. That's like my least favorite thing in the world. So I could about say every win was my favorite sports memory that I've had, but that one definitely sticks out.
Well, that's outstanding. I hope you can keep that one forever. Super.
Sure.
Thank you so much for taking the time. Best of luck the rest of this season and with your new journey up to Cornell.
Thank you.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. You have to play this morning?
No.
Just a free Saturday?
Yeah. Well, I worked out. I trained this morning and I'm on here now.
Yeah, yeah. What was your training like? What'd you work on?
Well, I just lifted with my dad. We did some Olympic lifting.
There you go.
Yeah.
Is there anything specific he's working on with you right now?
Well, I'm trying to up my speed. I'm always trying to get faster and then also stronger because the stronger you are, the faster you can be. So
Hey, heck yeah, man. You're preaching to the choir. At D1, we work on speed and agility with so many kids. You probably know a lot of those girls that have worked with us.
yeah.
Caleb Barr, Brindley Murphy, Nora Jacoman,
Yep.
Stott. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all there working out a lot, and they all say they would be terrible soccer players if not for D1. Okay, not really. I made that last part up, but well, thank you so much for joining me. McKalie Ball.
McKalie.
Now, McKalie, I'm so sorry. With
No, you're fine.
with Webb, you're a sophomore, right?
Yes, sir.
Man, but you're already like kicking up dust and making a name for yourself. Talk about how this season is going for you so far at Webb.
Well, we're 10-2-1 in our regular season, and we're 2-1-1 in our region. So it's going good. We're playing really well this season, and I think that this is something that we've never really experienced before, and it's just going really well, and I'm having so much fun.
Yeah, yeah. What about the current group of seniors? Is it a big group?
Yes. So we have 8 seniors. 4 of them start, and then we've got one that's injured. She's recovering from an ACL tear.
Okay. Is this a group that you've like learned a lot from? Have they mentored you at all?
Definitely. I love our goalie, Alexis Barton. She's so sweet, and obviously she's somebody to look up to. She's a real team player, and she's a leader out there, and she's just somebody that I love to be out on the field with.
Yeah, yeah. And of course, you're playing with FC Alliance. Are there many of these girls that you play with on like both fields?
Yes, sir. So I there's one, Mary McEmery. She's on my FC Alliance team, and she plays midfield for us. And then I've got Isha and Daksha Sutharshan, who are 06s, but Daksha's the one recovering from the ACL. And then Pierce Grower is a junior. She's the 07.
Mhm.
And Landry Horner, an 8th grader, who's on the 09 team.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right on. And the one girl is already committed to, is it Akron?
Yes, sir.
Any other college commits that you know on the team right now?
Pierce Grower's committed to Texas. She just committed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Future SEC rival?
Yes, sir. Hopefully.
No, not yet, but starting next season, Texas will be in the SEC. So
Yeah.
what about I've talked to so many folks and heard the difference between like ECNL play and high school play, but like what have you been able to witness so far in your first couple seasons in high school?
Well, it's definitely a different atmosphere and a different like level of competitiveness. ECNL is obviously a lot more competitive in the conference that we're in, but high school is also, it's a different mindset. So I just enjoy going out there playing my hardest against people that I know in town, because I've got friends from different schools, and I just think it's a lot of fun, and it just gets me ready to play for club.
Yeah. Hey, how long have you gone to Webb?
Since 6th grade.
Okay. I wonder with a school like that if there's if there's like more school spirit because you're there for not just 4 years, but some of these kids are there for, their whole school career.
Yeah, definitely. Well, there's a lot of them that have gone to school there since like kindergarten. So there's a lot of school spirit. We definitely all support each other in all the athletics and stuff. So it's really cool. It's really fun.
I was on campus recently. My son plays tennis. He's at Maryville Junior High. And I mean, I think it was my first time like really exploring the campus, and my hair was blown back, and I don't even have much hair. So it was it's just such a great place, and I would imagine the facilities are really, conducive to the athletic department growing.
Yeah, I'm so blessed to be able to go to a school like Webb, and just the way that they treat us and the way that we train it's at a different level than some of the other schools you would think about here that are here in town. And they're actually building us a new performance facility, which is going to be great.
Yeah. Now, how about college recruiting on the ECNL side? Have you gotten to witness that much yet?
Yeah, I've witnessed a little bit of it. I've been to some ID camps. I've been to quite a few actually. And then obviously June 15th is coming up. Seems far away, but it's creeping up. So I'm excited about that. And then I've got
June 15th.
June 15th.
What is that?
So it's
That's when you can start to be recruited.
Yes, sir.
Got it.
Yeah. So
it's
a known date, and we're all excited. My whole team is.
Yeah. I mean, so as you're looking ahead of it, I mean, I really had to like think about, wait, what did I forget about something? No, we're October 1st is tomorrow. So like we're still a ways away. So what do you do as you lead up to a date that far away? Do you you can't have no contact with any college before then, right?
Yes, sir. That's right.
Okay. But as I understand it, there's a lot of coaches that do the recruiting at the ECNL matches. So there'll be FC Alliance matches, not so much come see Webb play the AK
Yes, sir.
or something.
Yeah. So we've also got 3 ECNL showcases this year that we're going to go to as a team. And that's really big because all the colleges are there. And it's just really just to like showcase yourself and your whole team and to show what you can do to these college coaches. And I think that really helps in the recruiting process. Just because they're out there and you can show what you can do and your strengths, and it's just great.
Well, you mentioned the camps that you've attended.
Yes, sir.
Do you when you go to these, are you going to them with the mindset of, I want to get better at this? Or are you going to it with the mindset of, I want to get in front of a decision maker?
Well, definitely going there to get better, but also to put myself out there. It's just to kind of show yourself in front of these coaches and let them know that you're interested and that you want to be going and playing at the next level. And it's just kind of both, because you can learn from them and learn about like the different levels from high school to or club to college. And then obviously just showcasing yourself and to be identified for in the future.
Yeah. A question, I really liked the answer I got from Liv Stott on this show. I'm going to ask you is, if you could, let's just imagine for a moment that there are college coaches listening to this. If you could give them one thing, just over the mic, like what would you tell them is why they should recruit you?
Well, definitely I'd say my strength or my speed. I really focus on working with that in training on and off the field, and also just like my work ethic to get better and my love for the game.
Yeah. So are you a fan of watching soccer as well? Do you have a team?
Yes, sir.
Who do you support?
I love the Vols. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, I'm grown up here. I obviously love going to the football games as well, but just feel like I bleed orange.
There you go. So I moved to Tennessee from North Carolina in the 11th grade. That was tough, as you can imagine. And
Yes.
one of the first things we did was, I was a soccer guy, and we started going to some Lady Vols matches, and that was a cool, fun way to kind of come to town and really grab a hold of the local soccer scene. But they're fun for sure.
Yeah.
How about 865 Alliance? Is that something that eventually, like that kind of summer league, that you would want to be a part of?
Yes. I've talked to some college players and they've said it's very important for you to keep your fitness up in the summer. And they do that by obviously the summer packets for conditioning that they give you. And then just playing at home or on a team like 865. And that's definitely something I would take into consideration and definitely do, hopefully, if I make it to the next level.
Yeah. Well, what is the next level that you want? Obviously college. Do you have any like big time or soccer dreams?
Well, I don't really have a dream school. I don't know. That sounds weird. People are always like, where do you want to go to school? And I'm like, I don't really know. But I definitely want to go D1. But if that is not for me and that's not in my plan that God has for me, I want to go somewhere that I can play and that's the best fit for me, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Well, that really is the best mentality to go into it, because I mean, even if you decided, I really want to go to Tennessee, like by the time you're going there could be a different coach, there could be a different environment. You just never know. And the whole situation is something you need to consider, not just the logo on the uniform.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But having said that, of course, I would love to see you go to Tennessee.
Yeah.
So what about as a younger kid here in the Knoxville area? Did you play exclusively soccer?
Well, actually, my dad's a big basketball guy. He loves basketball. It's what he grew up playing as a kid, and that's what he coaches now. he put me in soccer so I'd be better at basketball, which is actually ironic because that's not what ended up happening. But I fell in love with soccer at a young age. I started playing since I played Upward, which is a little league here in town, since I was 3 years old. And then my dad put me in basketball, obviously, and I played up until about my 8th grade year. And I did gymnastics when I was little to help with my athleticism, and it's about it.
Yeah. Well, if I may tell you, you're talking about that. So, Brindley Murphy, National Player of the Year last season.
Sure.
And so she's trained a lot at D1, and her coach that works with her trainer was speaking with some folks at South Carolina. And I don't know verbatim, but basically I know they shared that one of the things that sets her apart was that she played basketball, and they could almost tell that her playing basketball made her more athletic and more versatile than some athletes that just played soccer.
Yeah, definitely.
So I certainly applaud that.
Well, I've always tried to balance out what sports I played. I've tried to play a sport in every season. I ran track for a little while, but then that started giving me some injuries with my shins and everything. So I stopped doing that, but definitely made me get faster and pushed me to become a more versatile athlete. So I think it's great that athletes my age can play multiple sports, and it just gives you more competitiveness to come back to the one you love the most. And it's just all around great because you won't get burnt out.
Exactly. That's actually what I was about to say is, the burnout factor for kids is a real thing. And man, when you spend too much time playing, you've got to have that passion, because that passion is something that you can, show on the field as well.
Yeah. My dad's biggest fear and my biggest fear, well, I would say my family's biggest fear is for me to get burnt out because of how much time it consumes, soccer, and it's pretty much all year round. But I'm always like, I'm never going to get burned out. It's what I love. I don't know what I do.
Yeah.
So.
Well, another thing that helps you not burn out is having a hobby or something fun you do completely off the field, outside of sports. Do you have anything like that?
Well, I'm planning on playing lacrosse this spring, which is something new I've never done before. I'm really excited about that. And at school, I take ceramics, which is really fun. And I love to sing, which is odd, but I guess not odd. But
well, that's great. You big music person overall?
Well, I get a little stage fright, so I've never really sang in front of anybody, but it's just like something I like to do.
Yeah. How about with like a group, like a chorus?
Yeah, I took chorus when I was in middle school, and I thought about singing at church, but it's just a big commitment that
Sure.
I don't know if I can work around with soccer.
Yeah. It's tough especially with an athlete that's not just playing school sports, but doing FC Alliance and extra things as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, McKalie, one thing I ask everybody on the show is to share one unforgettable sports memory. And I make it clear, it doesn't have to be as an athlete. It could be as a spectator, or really anything. So what would you share for that?
Well, and this is something I'll never forget. It was my first really big win as a team. Well, I wasn't really on the team, but my dad coached the Webb girls basketball team in 2018. And they won the state championship. He was an assistant coach with Shelly Collier, and I got to go up there with them and experience just the whole thing. And it was just a different atmosphere and emotion that I've never been a part of. So I thought that was really cool and unforgettable. And I hope to achieve that with my team this year and hopefully in the years coming up.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you know Casey Collier worked with us?
Oh, yes, I did.
Yeah, she was a trainer with us for a little while. So that was fun. But yeah, I'm kind of learning this stuff. So your dad coached with Shelly Collier?
Yes, sir. He coached with Shelly up until this past season.
Mm-hmm. And what does he coach now?
He coaches boys central basketball with
Okay.
Marcus. Yeah.
Gotcha. Hey, how about this? Since you work out with him and he helps you on the strength and the speed and agility, that kind of stuff, what is your favorite like workout exercise? Whether it be, with weights or something, just body weight. What do you like to do there?
Well, I definitely love Olympic lifting. I've been in the weight room for as long as I can remember, and I love trap bar deadlifts. It's just one of my favorites. It
Yeah.
gets me so pumped up.
Wow, I don't know why I wasn't expecting that, but hey man, that's great working on that lower body, and I would totally respect that, working on the speed and agility, and having a coach that knows what they're talking about can really help. One of the young ladies, even Liv recently, we were working on her vertical, and it was just something as simple as, I know the instruction she got was like the way she moved her arms, which you may not think about, but that
Yeah.
can affect it. So they kind of tightened that up, and she got a little higher. So that's great. Well, McKalie Ball, thank you so much. I really appreciate this. Best of luck this season, and we'll be waiting to see how things go with your recruitment starting next year.
Well, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.